Same shirt, different night. It's not a kind of rap or anything. It's literally just stating facts. I'm making it sound a bit more rhythmic than it should be. We're nearing the end of the season. Nearly 10 games to go. And, yeah, job done. If you're a Brentford fan, I'll explain all now. I reckon I'd be quite a decent rapper, actually. I don't know why I call myself MC Munch. Sounds very 80s, a bit like Run DMC. Were they 90s? It doesn't matter, either way. Welcome to another episode of my FM21 Brentford Save. I hope this finds you all very, very well. We're playing Everton and Manchester United in today's episode, and as you can already tell, things are pretty good if you're a Brentford fan, because we have reached over the magical 40-point mark. Mission accomplished. We are basically safe. Actually, I think we might almost technically be safe, to be fair. We're 21 points ahead of Brighton, so obviously not mathematically, but we are miles away from it. And yeah, really, actually, if anything, we're pushing for a top half finish. We have fallen a wee bit off the pace in recent weeks, although a little bit of an upturn in form this sort of campaign. Well, not this campaign, this month. Since last time we met against Brighton, 2 losses, 1 win, 2 draws. It's okay, 5 points from 15. It's alright if you're a team that's being threatened with relegation. The annoying thing, really, more than anything, is that we should have beaten Leeds and Newcastle, really. That if you were going to give me a couple of games I thought we were going to win out of this lot, it would have been them. But we did beat Crystal Palace 2-0. They're rock bottom of the table at the moment. Then drew 0-0 with Aston Villa, who, to be fair, were in a very good reign of form. Managed to get a good draw away at Villa Park. And then got a 1-1, which is a bit disappointing against Tottenham. We did dominate the game for long periods, but again, not really getting enough in the way of goals. You can tell really the goal scoring has dried up a lot in recent times, and it is a problem that I am looking to sort of solve. But we can affect the top 4 battle, really. Not in the fact that we're in it, because obviously we aren't, but Everton and United are duking it out at the moment for that top 4 place. Everton are currently in 5th, but do have a game in hand on Manchester United, and that game is obviously against ourselves. There have been a lot of strugglers, really, in terms of going forward. You can tell here, since I've moved Almada out to the left, it hasn't quite caught fire yet, but I'm hoping eventually it will. Ruben Loftus-Cheek's been decent in the games he's played at 6.7. He has got himself a goal. Adam Klozek has continued to play quite well. Facundo Torres hasn't scored since I said he was amazing, so maybe today will be the day. Kazan Maeda is also not playing particularly well, even though he is actually the 3rd top goal scorer in the league. It's defensively, really, where we've suddenly become quite decent, touch wood, for the most part. With Woodman, Soufal, Ampadu, Joe Worrell and Ait-Nouri, we've actually got maybe a back 4 and a goalkeeper that could last a fair bit of time, actually. Maybe not with Vlad, but with Ait-Nouri, Worrell, Ampadu, you've got Gebbie then in there as well, along with Freddie Woodman, who's still pretty young. I think we've got a very kind of good defensive look going forward, and I am excited to see if that's a platform that we can build on, and hopefully this summer will be focused more on bringing in the attacking talent. A lot of my transfers and stuff were focused very heavily on getting in better midfielders, better defenders. Maybe this time now I can go forward and hopefully get a bit more in the way of attacking players of the standard of Almada, of Loftus-Cheek, to try and obviously keep bolstering that. Obviously Adam Maeda is only here on loan, so we are going to need to sort that out at some point, either by bringing him in permanently or finding a player that can really become a kind of beacon and a regular source of goals for us. So with that in mind, then that back 5, well, the back 4 and the goalkeeper will stay as they are, and then you've got Samari and McCrory, who have built a quite decent midfield partnership. Probably not as attacking as I would like it to be. McCrory's obviously a bit more defensively sort of side, but I'm hoping that the front 4 can really do the business. There's enough talent in that front 4 to really go out and win games. They're just not quite doing it at the moment. But when I look at the bench, we've still got Josh Da Silva who can come on. We've got Mansfield. The midfield too is very strong. It's just this front 4 that hasn't quite got going yet. But I'm going to persist with the Almada, Loftus-Cheek, Klozek midfield 3 in behind Facundo Torres. as Adam Ida. Going to give him a little bit of a rest, see potentially if that's going to help him. Everton have obviously made a very good, well, not even a start to the season. They've had a very good season. They are fighting for top four. They've got a lot of good players, a lot of them though. There's still the team that is basically there. They've got Rogerio and Denzel Dumfries. Other than that, it's no different than an Everton team you would see right now, to be honest. I'm going to say we owe Everton after what happened in the last match. I don't have a very good record against them on FMA either. They're a team I always tend to struggle to beat, which is annoying. Michael Laudrup is their manager, and he's obviously doing a little bit of wonders with them at the moment. With their front four of Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, Iwobi, Rodriguez, it's going to be difficult to get through. Iwobi seems to be really good on FM, and I have absolutely no idea why. I could not tell you why he is as good as he is. I mean, I am literally just all over the gaff here. You know what we're going to do? I'm hoping you'll forgive me. Green screen's coming off because it's just annoying me too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller, but the green screen was annoying me too much. You can see it behind me, but my head was disappearing into the void, and there's no need for that. If I wasn't working so hard all the time, then I would literally be recording during the day like I used to, but I can't anymore. I have to do it at night, which is a bit irritating. It's weird. We'll just have some games where we literally, the front four clicks, we just blow teams away, and then we'll just have games where literally, like, we have 2 shots. We are 15th in the division in terms of form, and the fixtures are only really getting harder. We've not got an easy run into the to the season, and it's not going to help when Ait Nouri is literally just clattering players in our own box. That was such a poor tackle. Rodriguez steps up, he won't miss. Freddie Woodman dives the right way, but it's too little, too late. Everton are 1-0 up, and yeah, can't really argue it. They've been the better team by a mile, so good. We're just having little or no effect anymore on games. We're just out of it. We're not playing. It's 2-0, and James Rodriguez has got an assist as Abdoulaye Doucouré heads in at the back post. Thiago Marda's having a shocker. We're playing so poorly. I'm really not happy, and I'm going to thrash my hands because I'm really not pleased with what I'm seeing. And I'm going to have a real change of tactic here. Give me a second. I've gone for a very, very odd formation, but I hope you can kind of see what I'm trying to do. I've let Ait Nouri go fully on that left back, and I'm moving Samari back to cover that area. McCrory's in the box-to-box role. Soufal's on the right. I'm going to let Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Armada just play off Torres up front. I just want to give it a go, because at the end of the day, we're safe. It doesn't really matter what we do from here, but I've got to find a way of extracting the best out of this team. There's got to be a formation or something I can do to really get this team sort of going. Armada's form has just gone off the face of a cliff. He's playing at 6.2, Loftus-Cheek's at 6.4, Torres is at 6.4. We just don't even look like we can be bothered. Don't really know what to tell you. It's just going to be a very kind of painful end to the season. I can't really, in a way, I don't see us picking up many points before the end of the season. I really don't. I think we might get to 45 at a push, and that's me being kind, as we try and play our way out the back. Ait Nouri with a decent ball over the top. Facundo Torres to square it, please. He does to Adamida. Adamida's missed it. Great play by Torres. Great play by Ait Nouri. We finally do something good, and our top ball scorer literally picks out the legs of the defender. It's another 6.3 for Torres. It's another 6.3 for Armada. It's ruining what was otherwise a very good start to the season is being ruined by a very, very poor end to it. We are all at sea, and it finally feels like we look like we're playing that relegation fodder. Ida hasn't scored in a while. I will criticise his form because he's not been very good. I'm going to send the assistants. It's a while since I've done that, but I don't really want to face the media right now. I don't know. I guess I expected better, really. Facundo Torres is literally dropping like a stone in terms of his performance. I mean, I've never seen someone suddenly have such a poor run. He scored 7 goals in 6 games. He hasn't scored in ages. Okay, I've made more changes than I probably should do, but I'm just going to go with it, alright? So, Woodman's in goal. Ait Nouri, Mpadu, Worrell, Soufal still pick themselves. McCrory, De Silva and Samari are now the midfield 3, okay? So, Josh De Silva comes back in. He has a very good relationship with Samari. I think maybe changing that has maybe changed the balance of the team a little bit too much. Thiago Marda is going to stay out on that left-hand side. I have faith that he can come good. Kinder Mbuemo is going to get a rare game out on the right-hand side, and Adam Eder returns up front. Facundo Torres drops to the bench, as does Ruben Loftus-Cheek. They're only playing a 4-4-2, so maybe we can dominate the midfield a little bit here. Obviously, they've got better midfielders, but maybe, just maybe, by putting more players in there, we can try and dominate that centre of the park. The problem is you've got Martial and Greenwood up against our two centre-backs, and Martial and Greenwood are terrifying on this game. I'd take a draw right here, right now. I think ultimately now my aim has got to be to get to, if we can end the season maybe just under 50 points, I'll be really, really pleased, and I think that's a really good season for us. I mean, when you look at it, we're only 7 points behind Chelsea, and they're bloody 7th. We're miles off that. Let's not kid ourselves. We're not going to get into the European football, but I just want to finish the season on a high rather than going in there being spanked over the last 10 games of the season. Do you know what I mean? Samari to De Silva. We're already playing better football. De Silva finds Adam Eder. It's an absolutely genius save from David De Gea. I have absolutely no idea how he saved that. It should be 1-0. Adam Eder has missed an absolute sitter. One player who has become absolutely phenomenal this year, and I'm glad that he has, because I knew he'd be a very good player when we first picked him up, is Boubakary Samare. How many more set-piece goals are we going to concede? Literally didn't get off the ground there. Didn't even make an attempt to do it. And Diallo has literally just got the entire space of the community stadium to just run through there. What the hell is going on? We are in Freefall. I'm so glad we hit the 40-point mark, because I tell you what, we are all over the place as a team right now. Soufal picks up the ball. They're giving us a lot of space on this right-hand side. Back to Soumare, the only player I know who can pick out a decent ball. Adam Eder, of course he's at the bar. When you look at the chances, you can see by the XG, they've had more shots, but we should be ahead. Thiago Almada is having an absolute stinker. And Mbuemo's not really done much either, but I mean, what we're going to do is I'm going to move Almada into that middle channel. I'm going to get Mbuemo probably playing as maybe a false 9. Get Almada playing as that shadow striker on attack. Get him a little further forward. Let's try the diamond. You know how I feel about a diamond. And I'm going to bring on Facundo Torres and Ruben Loftus-Cheek for Almada and for Kinder Mbuemo. I mean, I literally couldn't tell you right now how bad we've been. Maybe not today. Today's been a bit more of a better performance. I mean, it's much better than the performance earlier against Everton. That was horrific. But, I mean, it's still nowhere near good enough. Loftus-Cheek heads it to Torres. It's good from Ruben. The two subs combine. Now, go on, Facundo. You've got the speed. Can he whip a ball in? He can. De Silva, great effort. Bit more purchase on it, mate. Put your foot through it. Woodman to Ait-Nouri. Come on, boys. We can do this. De Silva on the ball. Great ball. Torres over the top. Square it. He does. Loftus-Cheek. It's a brilliant block. How? Oh, it's pathetic. United defending on their own 6-yard box against newly promoted Brentford. Torres has been excellent since he came on. You can tell he's better at 7.1. He's been by far our best player by an absolute mile. This is the kind of performance I want to see from him. Maybe a sign that maybe that's his role. Maybe as a false 9 and a front 2. He seems to really enjoy that channel down that right-hand side, and he's doing well. If Adam Eder had his shooting boots on today, this could have been 2-1. If he just had his shooting boots on. There was some good defending by United, don't get me wrong, but if we'd taken our chances, we could have won that game. A 1-0 win. United get the job done. Pretty good performance, all things considered. Actually, I'm going to say, not bad. Actually, I can take that. They're a much better team than we are. But I think we were very good, actually, in that game. We played really well. Torres made a real difference when he came on. Was much better. Eder's goal drought continues. Yeah, we've got a long way to go. Long way to go. But we're safe, pretty much. And with that in mind, really, we haven't got a lot really to play for until maybe the final day of the season. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to whiz through the rest of the season. We are going to get to that away game against Manchester City on the final day of the season. I'm not expecting a very good run of results. I'm not expecting us to pick up many points. Maybe in the games against Leicester, Norwich and Sheffield United, maybe. But other than that, I'm not really that confident. We are 8th in the Premier League somehow. But some of the guys that were chasing us at the start of the season are beginning to catch up. Villa, West Ham, Wolves, Spurs, all of them are beginning to gain on us. I think we might get sucked into this little bit down here, maybe, with the 14th to 17th. I still think we've done enough to stay up. Well, I know we have. We got to the 42-point mark. I don't think anyone's ever been relegated with that many points. But it was a decent performance against United. Hopefully we can do a little bit better for the rest of the season. And obviously, finishing off our first season in the Premier League, we've got safety. That was the aim of the game at the start of the or at the start of the season, and we've done that. So hopefully it'll get better. I can make some changes. If you've got any idea what you think it is I should do, let me know down in the comment section if there's a way I can stop the rot. But until then, take care of yourselves, everyone. Thank you so much for watching the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you again. Take care of yourselves, everyone, and stay cool. I need some points, please.